Hoy yo estoy de fiesta. Wow, oh, oh, oh. Esta noche yo ya no te vuelvo a buscar. No sé lo que vi en tu corazón, pero te aseguro.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Talk the Talk Spotlight on RGB. I'm joined by Abigail Espinosa, local actress. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
How long have you been acting?
So I've actually been acting, I've been interested in acting for about 6 years, but I really started about 3 years ago. Once I graduated college, it was a little bit easier to kind of have time for auditions and bookings and stuff like that.
And how many auditions do you usually go to? Like, is there a specific time a week or?
So it's so different because sometimes it'll be like 2 to 3 a week, and then sometimes it's like once every 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's very sporadic. It really just kind of depends.
And do you still get nervous on auditions?
Yeah, like every time.
Do you like a good audition is you go in and they already kind of know you versus the one where you're standing in line for like 3 hours? Those
Exactly. Yeah, those we don't really do. Usually it's about like 10 minutes in and out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get nervous, but you know, you have to act confident. So just kind of make your way through.
They can tell by the sweat though. And I'm like, I'm sweating.
But it's okay.
And you also work as a vet tech.
Yes, I did for about a year. So when I was in school, I studied animal science, so I have my bachelor's in animal science.
Wow.
And then I worked at a vet clinic, and I also live on 6 acres, so it's kind of like I'm a vet tech every day of my life. Yeah.
When you're around animals all the time, yeah.
Well, that's
you're
it.
kind of like, I know what that sickness looks like. And you were cast also in that movie, The Last Goodbye. When did you shoot that?
We shot that in October in College Station.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's like, how long is it? Like a 10-minute short, 15?
It is about, I think it's 13 minutes. Yeah.
I haven't had the pleasure to see it. Is it on YouTube or anywhere accessible?
It's not. So it was submitted to a few film festivals. It was actually in the Independent Shorts Festival, and it won Best Thriller. So it might be on their website, but it's like a streaming website, so they have to, get it uploaded on there first.
And what's it about? Like, just in a nutshell, what?
Yeah. So it's about a young girl named Rosa, and she has a little sister, and she lives with her dad. Her mom actually passed away when she was little. And so she has a boyfriend, Barry, who's like my co-star. And she's about to graduate high school, and then when she's about to leave, her dad is very physically abusive to her. So just kind of going through that, and then, her trying to escape all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot more.
So tune in. Where did you shoot that? Oh, you shot it at College Station.
We shot it in College Station, and then a little town about 20 minutes away called Somerville? Yeah, where there's no cell service, no nothing. Wow. The population, I think, was like 700.
Wow.
Yeah, really small town.
It's really out there.
Yeah.
And how did you find out about the role? Your agent called you and told you to go on the audition? Or?
Actually, that one, my coach is friends with the producer.
Oh, okay.
And so he actually just texted me one day out of nowhere and was like, hey, I have a friend that's doing a movie and wants to see you. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, I mean, sure. And then so she texted me, and about 3 days later, she said, hey, I want to cast you for the lead in my film.
And you had to audition for her? Or she just kind of saw your work?
My coach had already sent her my stuff. I literally just said, yeah, sounds good.
That's a great way to get a part.
It was amazing, yeah. I was like, that was really easy.
Yeah. And you got interested in acting like 6 years ago, so you're already older then. Like,
yeah,
it was like a young kid.
No, so actually when I was thinking back on it, when I was about 8 years old, my mom put me in a random acting class. And I said, Mom, why'd you put me in this class? I don't even want to do acting. And she was like, just to kind of get you out of your shell. I just thought it'd be something fun for you to do.
Oh, wow.
And I never picked up on it again or anything. And then my freshman year of college, I just one day was in my dorm watching Netflix, and I remember just thinking, hey, that'd be really cool to do.
Wow.
And from there, it just like...
And when did you wanted to do it seriously? Like, go through the whole process of agent and...
Yeah, when I decided that it was serious, I really think it was when I realized it was something bigger than myself. So for me, it was like realizing this isn't just an Abby dream, this is actually like a God dream. And so it's something that's not just for me, but it's for others. And so that's when I realized, like, hey, I really have to do something about this because I love it and I know it's bigger than myself. So I really have to go for it.
It's weird when those inspirations just come out of nowhere and you're like, you get the answer and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I know why I'm meant to do this.
Yeah, because before it was just like, hey, that'd be cool, that'd be fun, but there was
There's
really no
nothing-
meaning behind
Yeah,
it.
it's not deep. But, and speaking of that, I know you do work as a pastor.
Yes, so I've been really involved in my church for about 3 years and was just like a youth leader, just helped out here and there. And in December, I became the youth pastor and the young adults pastor. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And
it's
how
really
do you,
cool.
you have to like, what are the requirements to become a pastor?
Just that God calls you.
Wow.
That's really all it is. There's not really like a, you have to go to school for this amount of time, do this, this, and this. It's really just, if that's what God has called you to do, then,
How do you balance all that between those three different, such very diverse?
So different,
Yeah.
the most random things. I have no idea. No idea. Everyone always tells me, like, are you ever home? Do you ever?
No,
Sometimes. But I'm very fortunate. So I actually work at my church as well. So I'm really fortunate that they totally support, like, my acting and everything. So sometimes commercial auditions they'll call you on Tuesday telling you have to be there Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Austin, Houston, Dallas. So I'm very fortunate to have them that are like, hey, go do it. Like, go for
They're
it.
supportive. And how much does that play into the kind of roles you pick? Like, what are your limitations on that? Because I'm sure, I get the feeling there's probably some things you're like, no, I won't do that.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things that I've said no to. Even different like movie and TV roles and things like that I've had to just say no, I'm sorry. Because I always just want to be a good representation of the Lord, of course, and also like the position that I'm in. So I'm very cautious about that. And I just know because it's not a dream that I gave myself, I can't make it happen for myself. So I trust that like God, like if I honor that, the doors that are supposed to be open are gonna open and the ones that are supposed to be closed are gonna close. And so I just have to trust that if I know like this isn't something that is gonna be pleasing to God, then I'm not gonna do it.
As it doesn't have a really solid like message and the one that you want to promote.
Yeah, if it's not something that I know would make him proud or even that would make myself proud, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I know a lot of people say like, I wouldn't be in something that I wouldn't have my mom or dad sit next to me and watch.
Yeah, because that's going to be awkward too.
Yeah, and it's just kind of that same thing of like, I'm not just going to say yes to everything. I'm going to say yes to the right things. So. And
how extensive is your filmography in terms of how many commercials have you done and where can people look this up?
Yeah, so I've done 3 films. The Last Goodbye, we're still waiting on that one, of course. One that I did before that was called 121, which was actually about suicide awareness. And the one before that, which was my first, was called Trial, which we actually shot in Georgia.
I think I saw a clip that one.
Trial? Yeah. Trial, I'm really not sure if you can see it. I'll have to.
I must have, because I have you on social, so you must have posted something. I know you're like kind of a courthouse or.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, there's Trial as well. Commercial wise, I haven't done any TV. That's what I'm really hoping.
That's something I've never done. I've never done a commercial.
And commercials are fun, just because they're quick and they're fun. TV is what I'm really hoping to do more of this year. That's really my heart. So I did a commercial for Blackberry Diner, which is like this awesome breakfast diner. We have like a few here in Texas, but they're mostly all over the country, mostly in California. And that's on YouTube actually. And then I did one for when I went to school in A&M Kingsville. That was my first, and so I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I'm in there for like half of a second, and I think I thought it was the most amazing thing. That's on YouTube as well. And then another commercial that was local for the city of Mission.
Oh, okay.
And that one I believe is on YouTube and on their Facebook page. It's called Go Mission.
And where can they find your work, like Trial and your earlier films?
Trial, he actually has not released still.
Oh, wow.
So I'm still waiting on that one. The same with 121. They're all still being submitted to film festivals.
Oh, okay, so you have to catch them like at film festivals.
Yeah, and then we
eventually they'll be like on DVD or something that you can find.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, hopefully we can have you on again so you can promote us.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Thank you for joining us, Abby.
Thank you.
And until next time, this is Talk the Talk.
Hoy yo estoy de fiesta.